Om Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Om Bhadram Karne Vishnuyam Devaha Bhadram Pashe Makshavirya Jatraha Sthirairangai Stuštuvagum Sastanubhi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swasti na Indra Vruddhashravah स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शांति 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 सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तो पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः निधये सर्वविद्यानां विशदे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ॐ तपोभिः क्षीणपापानां शान्तानां वीतरागिणां मुमुक्षूणामपेक्षोऽयम् आत्मबोधो विधीयते। श्लोक नंबर 63 एतद्विलक्षणं ब्रह्म एतद्विलक्षणं ब्रह्म ब्रह्मणोऽन्यन्न किञ्चन ब्रह्मणोऽन्यन्न किञ्चन ब्रह्मानन्यद्भाति चेत् ब्रह्मानन्यद्भाति चेत् मिथ्या यथा मरुमरीचिका मिथ्या यथा मरुमरीचिका ननो जगत ब्रह्मणोः व्याप्य व्यापक भावे सति कथम अद्वितीयत्वं ब्रह्मणः। In the last verse it is said Vahni prataptaya ayaspindavatha, as the fire is all pervasive in the iron ball. So now question is, if you say it is pervading, that means what? Vyapya vyapaka. Brahman is all pervasive, in and through, and there is something into which it is pervaded. So that means there is a duality. Katham advitiyam. Then how can you say there is a non-duality? Because there is something into which the Brahman is being pervaded. So the next verse Shankaracharya answers that one. Etad vilakshanam Brahma. Vilakshanam. Vilakshanam means totally distinct, totally different. Where we say that Brahman is pervaded, but there is nothing, no entity other than the Brahman. Anyat na kinchana. Understand? So Vastu, when we say, Vastu is Brahman. Entity you say, reality you say, truth you say, that is Brahman. Where we say Brahman is Vyapaka, pervaded, that is what? Brahma, Anyat Bhati, Chen, Mithya, anything which shines other than Brahman. Understand? That is Mithya. Yatha Maru Marichika. As you see, Maru means the desert area. In the desert, you see the mirage water. You are seeing mirage water, understand? Doesn't mean that mirage water has a reality. Same way, this Jagat we are experiencing. But what is the reality? What is the entity called Jagat? Mithya, understand? We already saw Mithya means what? That which doesn't have its own existence. That which is constantly changing, vikari. That which cannot be said as it is or it is not. It doesn't have any independent existence. Because it doesn't have independent existence, adhisthana ananyatvam, it is modifying, vikari. And you cannot say it is not or it is. Sadasadbhyam anirvachaniyam, understand? These are different definitions of mithya. So, ontologically, we already saw, from the standpoint of the reality, mithya doesn't exist. If it exists, then it can make the duality with Brahman. What is pot? We already saw. Pot is clay. That means there is no existence pot. The isness of the pot belongs to the clay. Similarly, this Jagat also is mithya. Being mithya, it has no capacity to create the duality with Brahman. And therefore, nanyata kinchana, there is no other entity other than the Brahman, which is you, the self. And therefore, even if you say there is no existence of the world, asataha bhavaha na vidyate. In the beginning of Gita, only Bhagavan said clearly, that which is mithya doesn't have existence at all. If it is existence, then it can make a duality. And therefore, this Jagat doesn't exist at all. And therefore, there is no duality, as even if you see, somewhere Shankaracharya says that this Marichika, Maru Marichika, it cannot wet the dry, hot sand of the desert. Why? It doesn't exist. Same way, Brahman also is what? It is Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma, and therefore it is one non-dual existence only. So same thing is being explained in the next verse. Drishyate shruyate yadyat, drishyate shruyate yadyat, brahmano anyanna tad bhavet, brahmano anyanna tad bhavet, tattvagnanat tad brahma, tattvagnanat tad brahma, satchidanandamadvayam, satchidanandamadvayam. Yadyat drishyate shruyate. Whatever is being seen, whatever is being heard. That means what? Other three objects also we have to add. Whatever is being touched, whatever is being smelled, whatever is being tasted. Na anyat bhavet. It is not other than Brahman. And therefore, Tattvagnanat Tad Brahma Satchidanandam Advayam. And therefore, when person knows this, Tattvagnanat means because of this, the knowledge of the reality. Tattva means reality or truth. Because of the knowledge of the truth, one understand it is one non-dual Satchidananda Brahman only. So whatever you see, whatever you hear, we are not against the experience. Vedanta is not against the experience, understand? But at the same time, Vedanta doesn't accept the existence of this world. We have to be very clear about this. Why? Satchidananda. Understand? It is one non-dual existence. There is you, understand? There is no other than you. You are that consciousness. You are that pure consciousness. You are that non-changing consciousness. We are nirvikari chaitanya. You are that pure consciousness. You are that untouched asanga chaitanya. So we need to understand this clearly, that you are that non-changing, non-touched, pure consciousness you are, which is Brahman. And therefore, Tattva Gnana, once you understand the reality, you can understand that this Jagat doesn't exist. But how can I see this one? Seeing anything, I need some eyes are there to see the world. As we have eyes to see the world, similarly, we need to have particular vision. See, that's why Vedanta is a vision. But that vision we can gain only when we have the particular type of the lifestyle. Yama, niyama, understand? Our mind should be ready to understand the reality. Viveka, Vairagya, Shravana, Manana, all we have seen. And therefore, Sada Sarvada Purna Brahma you are. But as we see this world with these eyes, we can see that Brahman with what? Gnana Chakshusha. In Gita, Bhagavan very clearly says in 15th chapter that you can see this Purushottama, this world, or this self by what? Gnana Chakshusha. Understand? One who has this Gnana Chakshu, he can see this reality. One who doesn't have this Gnana Chakshu, he cannot see this. Understand? And therefore, next verse, Shankaracharya clarify this one. Sarvagam Satchidatmanam, Sarvagam Satchidatmanam, Gnana Chakshur Nirikshate, Gnana Chakshur Nirikshate, Agnana Chakshur Anekshate, Agnana Chakshur Anekshata, Vaswantam Bhanumandhavata, Vaswantam Bhanumandhavata, Vaswantam Bhanu Andhava. As the blind person cannot see the sun, though it is bhaswara. Bhas means light. It is the bright light. Though the sun has a brilliance. See, that is what Gayatri Mantra is. We are praying to Lord Sun that as you have this brilliance, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Bharga. Bharga means that brilliance, the light. Called Bhaswara. Though the sunlight is there, the sun is there, the blind person doesn't see that. Same way, Agnana Chakshuhu na ikshate iksheta. One who has, this is a Bahuvrihi, understand? Bahuvrihi means Anya Pada. There's a very nice samasa in Vyakaran. Pitambaraha, Neelakantaha. Anya Pada means what? It is describing something which is not a part of the word, other than this one. Neelakantha, when we say, when Lord Shiva drank this poison during this Samudra Mantana, Parvati stopped that poison here in his throat. And therefore, Neelakantha, one who has, look at this, one who has blue throat. It's called Neelakantha. Dasharathanandana. So when we say this Bahuvrihi, same way Agnana Chakshuhu, Agnanam Chakshuhu Yasya iti Agna, one who has the eyes of the ignorance. He doesn't see. Because of this ignorance, he doesn't see this. But who can see? Gnana Chakshuhu Nirikshate Sarvagam Satchidatmanam. One who has this Gnana Chakshu, he can gain this knowledge. See, that is what Bhagavan said. Vimudha nanu pashyanti gnana chakshushaha. One who has this gnana chakshu, he can see it very clear. What he says, sarvagam satchidatmanam. That this satchidatma, the self, which is satchit swarupa, existence consciousness. See, from the beginning, I'm telling you, what you have to understand is that you are, that's it. Anything else you say is all superimposition. Satchidatma. You are that pure consciousness which exists. Other than consciousness, nothing exists in this. And therefore, Bhagavan says, Sataha abhavaha na vidyate. There is no time when you can experience the absence of yourself. Can you experience, I am not? That means what? Death also is not possible for you. Because that means absence. The person was with you few days before. Now he is not with you. He died. That's what we say. You never die. Because you cannot experience the absence of yourself. If you cannot experience the absence of yourself, that means the fear of death is imaginary. You have never experienced death. Understand this. Nobody has experienced death. Only by seeing somebody was and somebody is not. You imagine, I will die. The fear of death is a parikalpana, imaginary. You're imagining. Because you cannot experience. Before your birth, you were there. After your death also, you are going to be there. And therefore, Satchit, you are Atmanam Sarvagam. You are that one non-dual consciousness, which is all pervasive. But you can say Nirikshate. You can see it through, who can see? Gnana Chakshuhu Nirikshate. One who has gained the eyes of the knowledge can see this very clear. But how can I get the Gnana Chakshu? Gnana Chakshu is possible only through Shastra Shravana. Why? Because Agnanam has to be removed. How are you going to remove the Agnanam? Gnanena tu Agnanam nashitam atmanaha. The knowledge is required. If it's Agnana Chakshu, the knowledge is required. One who has the eyes of the knowledge can see this clear. That means we also have to gain that Gnana Chakshu. We have to become Gnana Chakshu, understand? Agnanam is, see, I'm telling you from the beginning. Agnanam, the ignorance is the problem. The world is not the problem. Body is not the problem. Problem is the ignorance. Though person is frightened because of the snake bite, snake is not the problem. The ignorance of the rope is the problem. Because snake is born of the ignorance of the rope. Same way, this whole world you are experiencing because of the ignorance of the self. Agnanena avrutam gnanam, understand? And therefore, Shankaracharya very clearly make this statement. The solution for all your problems, the solution for all your sorrow, the solution for all your confusion, moha, is the knowledge. Through knowledge, you can cross this. And therefore, the one who has gained these eyes of the knowledge can see this clearly. And see here, seeing is not the eyes understand. Seeing means he can experience that, anubhuti, that's why it's called. Sarvam khaluidam Brahma. That Brahma ahamasmi. Whatever here is one non-dual Brahman, that is non-separate from me. And therefore, the person who has gained this Gnana Chakshu can understand this very clearly. But how to gain the knowledge? Utpanna gnananam api nishesha vasana nivrutte shravanadikamev sarvada kartavyam. See, this is the problem. There are so many cults, so many gurus are there, and so many preachers are there. Problem is what? Nobody teaches Shastra. Everybody bypass the Shastra. Understand this clearly. They think the study is not required. Some other are telling this meditation people. The Shastra is a theory. We go directly for the practical. In Vedanta, in Shastra, there is no theory and practical understanding. With reference to action, there is a theory and practical. How to make bonda, I learn, that is theory, and then I practice. When it comes to the self, what is the theory and practice? You are Brahman, already you are Brahman, understand, you are Brahman. I'm not telling you are going to become Brahman. I'm not telling you that I will relieve you from this death and birth. No. I'm telling you, you are never born, you are not going to die anytime. Na jayate mriyate va kadachita. For that, we have to gain the vision. Vedanta is a vision. But to gain that vision, we have to have a Shravanadi. Shastra Shravanam is required. Bhagavan also what says in the 4th chapter? May you go to Guru. May you serve your Guru. May you ask the proper question. Who am I? Koham kutayatah kame janani kome tatah iti paribhavaya. Understand this. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. May you surrender your buddhi to Guru. What Guru will do? He will do Shaktipat. He is going to give you Shatchakra. Upadekshanti te gnanam. He is going to teach you. Upadesha. Teaching means what? Shravanam. Guru teaches you, the student listen to it. And therefore, next verse Shankaracharya says, next verse 66. Shravanadibhir uddipta, Shravanadibhir uddipta, Gnanagni paritapitah, Gnanagni paritapitah, Jivas sarvamalan muktah, Jivas sarvamalan muktah, Swarnavadyotate swayam, Swarnavadyotate swayam, Shravanadibhir. Through the Shastra Shravana, only knowledge takes place. Uddipta Gnanagnihi. This Gnanagni we need to be liberated. We need this Gnanagni. Through this Gnanagni, but then how we are going to kindle this Gnanagni, the fire of knowledge? Shravanadibihi. Once you kindle this fire of knowledge, what happens? Gnanagni paritapikaha. In the fire of this knowledge, everything is being heated. And this is a very nice example. So Shankaracharya says, Swarnadi, Swarnavadyotate Swayam. Swarna, gold. There are a lot of impurities are there when we get the gold from ore. What we have to do? You heat it up. In the fire, all the impurities will get burnt. Once the impurity is gone, Sarva Jivaha, Sarva Malan Muktaha. You, the soul, the self, will be liberated from all these impurities as the gold. We already saw what is the pure and what is impurities. When I say pure water means what? There is nothing other than H2O. See, that's why now what we get this mineral water. That's why they call mineral. Why? Certain minerals are there. It's not a pure water, understand? Pure water is the water which is coming down from the cloud. It's a pure water. The snow, these are crystals, understand? Tiny crystals are there. It's called a heme. That's why Himalaya. Ice is a solid. Heme, snow is like a powder. It's a small, tiny crystals of the water. See, therefore, we say the different forms of water is available on this earth, and therefore the life is possible. Liquid water, plenty of water is there, liquid form. Same will become the vapor. Evaporate because of the sunlight. That vapor of the water gets converted into the cloud. And in the tropical area, we have the rain, water, pure water. In the northern side, it is snowfall. And the fourth form of the water is ice. So pure water means except H2O, nothing else is there. Then it's called pure water. Similarly, this Jiva is being purified. Purified means what? Then there is nothing other than you. Nanyat kinchanasti. Understand? You, the consciousness is there. Except the consciousness, nothing else is there. So, the fire of knowledge purifies. Nahi gnanena sadrisham pavitra miha vidyate. Everybody makes mistake here. Understand? Pavitra, sacred. There is nothing sacred like knowledge. That's what they translate. No. Pu is a dhatu, the root. And tral is the suffix added into it. The thrull is in the sense of the instrument. Understand? Thrull is in the sense of the instrument. It is not the doer. Understand this. That's why some people translate, there is nothing better purifier than the knowledge. That also is not wrong, not correct. Thrull is in the sense of instrument. Gnanena, that's why Bhagavan also used the third case, instrument. That which has a capacity to purify. It's called pavitra. Gnanena tu tad gnanam nashita. There is nothing better than this knowledge, which is the instrument to purify. Iha vidya, I mean in this world, there are different types of the Agni also is called Pavitra, Pavakaha. As fire purifies the gold, fire purifies the water. That's why there is a verse. Navarine Shuddhyate Antaratma. You cannot purify your Antaratma, your mind, by the water. If you want to purify yourself, Atma Nadi, look at this. Atma Nadi. That means what? This Atma, the self is like a river. Tatra Abhishekam Kuru Panduputra. We have to dip ourselves into the self. Then if it is the Shila Tata, the bank of the river is a Shila, character. Daya Urmi, the small wavelets of the river is called kindness, Daya Urmi. So this self, we have to deep dive into the self. The knowledge of the self only can purify. But this knowledge also, how? Shravanadi bihi. But this Shravana also is what? One time? No. Avruti, asakrut upadeshariti nyayena. Asakrut means once. Asakrut means not once. Avruti, repetition. That's why Shankaracharya said, Pauna punyena shravanam kuriya. May you listen to Guru again and again. See, we all learned, all knowledge requires this practice, this avrutti, repetition. How many times we have spoken A for apple, B for ball? How many times we have written this one? In our time, in the school, there was no paper and pen used for learning these numbers and words. We had a slate, stone, slate, and then pen, chalk. So then parents, we are the teacher, what he will make the 4 parts. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, they will write. And they will ask, okay, keep writing. Avrutti, it is called repetition. So in Chandogya Upanishad also, though Shvetaketu was a brilliant boy, his father was a Gnani, wise person. Still he has to say 9 times Tattvamasi, he said. With different examples, he explained to him how the self is non-separate from Brahman. Tattvamasi, Tat Jagat Kana Brahmatvamasi. You are the cause of the entire creation. And therefore, Shravanadi, when we say, that means what? Again and again we have to listen to the Shastra. Ati Sukshma Gnana Dradikaranam. This knowledge is subtlest knowledge. And therefore, first we have to make our buddhi subtle, sharp, brilliant. See, that's why this Gayatri Mantra, understand, Gayatri Mantra is not for the samsara. Gayatri Mantra is to make your buddhi brilliant, so you can understand the self. And therefore, as pure your mind, purity of the mind is required. Yadate moha kalilam vyatitarish. When your buddhi will cross these impurities of the delusion, moha kali. Once that delusion is gone, what happens? Nirvedam. Then the person will have a vairagya. Once that vairagya is there, drada vairagya, person is ready for this knowledge. Therefore, Shankaracharya says in 13th chapter, Bhashya, Viraktastev adhikaraha brahma vidyaya. Who is qualified to have this knowledge of Brahman? Virakta, vairagya. The dispassion is required. Dispassion doesn't mean that you give up everything and be by yourself. No. We already saw all this in detail. Dispassion means whether something is there or not, you are fine. In the presence of something also you are fine. In the absence of something also you are fine. They don't have capacity to disturb you. The world is world, understand? Nobody is going after you. We think that this fellow is bothering me. Nobody can bother me. Vairagya means nobody can bother you, whatever is the condition. Yogaratova, bhogaratova, sangaratova, sangavihina, understand? Whatever is the condition. Whether the person is sitting in meditation or person is enjoying this world, whether person is with so many people, sangarata, or person is by oneself. What is important is where your mind is. What is the object of your thought is important. See, that is bhakti also, understand this. Whole Bhagavad, that is what Bhagavad is teaching. That what is the object of your thought? If the object of your thought is this samsara, you are going to get into trouble. If object of your thought is Ishvara, you are fine. When Lord Krishna, only 11 years old boy, he killed his own mama, Kamsa. The light of the Kamsa merged into Krishna. Why? Because all the time he was thinking of Krishna. Whatever is the bhava, whatever is the emotions, understand? As an enemy, he was thinking, Shatru bhava. What is your bhava is not important. But whether you are thinking of Ishvara or not is important. I always tell my students, if you want to quarrel, don't quarrel with this world, quarrel with Bhagavan. You know? One day when you are very angry, very frustrated, go and sit in your altar. Go and sit and talk to Bhagavan. You are like this, you are like that, you are not listening to me. How many times I am praying you? Tell everything to Bhagavan. Don't tell these people. They don't hear you. They don't even care what you say. Bhagavan will care for you. That's why Pujya Swamiji's definition of bhakti is what? Relating to Ishvara. Have a relationship with Ishvara. Because you can relax in the lap of Ishvara. That is the only place in this world where you can relax, and that is Ishvara. Drada bhakti also is the firm vairagya. That's why Bhagavad says that bhakti has two sons, Gnana Vairagya. Bhakti is the easiest way to gain this vairagya. Once you have love for Ishvara, once you love to serve Ishvara, once you love to do japa, the name, it's called rasa, rasa bhakti. There is a book called Bhakti Rasamrita. Huge book, beautiful book. Once you have this love for chanting, love for puja, love for japa, then this worldly thing is okay. Whatever it is, fine. This is called vairagya, understand? The drada vairagya is required. And listening to the teacher also. Once you have a vairagya, so that is what Mundaka Upanishad says. Parikshalokan karmachidan brahmanaha nirvedamayat. Nirveda means vairagya. Having examined this world, this brahmana, the thinking person, gains the nirveda, vairagya. After having the vairagya, what one should do? Saguru meva vigachet. For you also this mantra is there, Saguru meva vigachet. For me and Vinayananda also is the same mantra. Understand? Saguru meva vigachet. For our Guru also is the same mantra. Saguru meva vigachet. Understand this? For Guru, the Guru also is the same mantra. Saguru meva vigachet. Understand? You have to go to Guru and listen to the Shastra. There is no other way. Shravanadibihi. And who is Guru? White hair is Guru. Big, long beard is Guru. The beard, no. One who lived in Himalaya for 20 years. He is Guru. Shrotriyam Brahmanishtham sa Gurum. Shrotriyam, Shastram Adhite iti Shrotriya. One who has studied the Shastra under his teacher and one who is teaching Shastra is called Shrotriya. Brahmanishta, all we already saw. Brahmanishta, one who has established into this Brahman. We cannot say this. We cannot see this. We cannot examine this, whether person is Brahmanishta or not. But we can see whether person is Shrotriya or not. What we have to look for is a Shrotriya Guru. Therefore, our first prayer is what? Sadashiva Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya. Asmad is mine. This is the lineage of Guru, Sampradaya, Parampara. So first pranam is Guru Param. Vande Guru Param. Same thing, fourth chapter. Evam parampara pratam. Understand, Arjun, this is to be gained through this parampara, tradition. That's why we have to find out the traditional guru. And the tradition, parampara, is called sampradaya. Look at this word, sampradaya. Sampradaya means what? Samyak prakarshena dadati iti sampradaya. That through guru teacher lineage, it is being given very well. Totally. Samyak means total. Prakarshana means very well. It is a guru parampara. Shravanadibihi. But it's not one day job. Pauna punyena shravanadikam krutva. Again and again, when we are listening to the Shastra, the clarity will come to you. It's like a Polaroid camera. You know? I don't know whether now it's available. Polaroid camera. You take, you click, and then the small paper comes out. As it exposed to the light, slowly the picture will get clear there. Same. You expose yourself to the teaching. As you expose this frame to the light. That's why it's Swamiji's word, Shravanam is exposing your buddhi to the Shastra. What we need is exposure. You expose yourself. In time, you will know. Kalena vindati. In time, you will know this. Because it's you. So Swarnavata, as the gold gets purified in the fire, your ignorance also will get burnt. The impurities of ignorance and everything which is born of the ignorance will get burnt in the fire of knowledge. But that fire of knowledge is lighted by the Shravana. Sarvamalan Muktaha. You will get liberated from all these impurities of ignorance, etc. And then who are you? You are that Satchidananda Brahman. So, the Shravanam is a means to gain the knowledge. What teacher loves is what? How much clear the understanding of the student is. Important for the teacher is that whether students have understood this properly or not. Whether you are grasping this knowledge or not is important. Rest is all worldly thing, not important. Somebody is a wife, somebody is a mother, somebody is old, somebody is young. Somebody is with family, somebody is without family, somebody has a grandchildren. All this is secondary. What is important is listening to the Shastra. Adi means what? Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. After listening to the teacher, you have to reflect on it. The reflection also is important. After reflection also, there is a habitual error is there. Something called Viparita Bhavana. From so many births, we have the habit of taking this body as I, the self. See, this happens. Habitual error is very common thing. You change something in the house and you yourself has changed it. You are putting certain things in certain cupboard, then you decided to change it. And you put all these things in another cupboard. Now, if you want that thing, first thing you will go there. Then you remember, oh, I moved it. Living in this house for 5 years, you get habituated with this particular arrangements. This body, anadikala pravruttah, understand? N year of number. We are taking ourselves as body, mind, sense, consciousness. Therefore, nididhyasana also is required. Shraddhaya kartavyam. See, that's why as we have the kartavya buddhi, this is kartavya means to be done. Same way we have to develop this kartavya buddhi for shravanam, for mananam, from nididhyasana. That takes time. Once you enjoy the learning, teaching, then keep doing it. It will, knowledge takes place. See, Vedanta is a one-to-one, understand? Vedanta is not for a mass. Because everybody is a unique person. Nobody is better and nobody is a lesser, understand? Everybody is a unique person. Everybody's mind is unique. Everybody's sanskara is unique. And therefore, everybody has to work individually with teacher. Teacher can tell somebody who get married and somebody said don't get married. Doesn't mean he's contradicting. No, he knows. She knows what is good for this person. Vedanta is a one-to-one. And therefore, Shravanadipihi, only the light of the fire will be lighted through this Shravana. Learning, listening to the teacher. And then all the impurities will be burnt in the fire of knowledge. Tomorrow, we'll see more. Tomorrow will be the last one, understand? Om asatoma satgamaya tamasoma jyotirgamaya mrutyorma amrutangamaya Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Hari Om
Hari Om.
Hari Om
Hari Om, Swamini.
Hari Om
Swamini.